Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. It is Friday, right? Happy Friday. Hope you all are having a great week and have fun weekend plans ahead of you. Our plans include staying home, probably like most of you. Gonna give people just a second to jump on. I'll introduce myself real quick. My name is Courtney, and I'm so excited and happy to be bringing you the education for the next this week and then next week also. I am an ICU nurse by trade. I've been doing that for about 9 years and really enjoy it. I also am a nurse at our local birth center here in Atlanta, so I've been doing that for a couple of years and also really love that. So kind of a wide scope of nursing experience and practice, and it's been very helpful. I'm also 20 weeks pregnant, so have found that a lot of these oils have been super helpful in my journey. So if you're watching, thanks for joining live. It's not telling me who's on. Oh, hey, Burnett. Oh, hey, girl. Yeah, little girl is showing up. Anyways, let's get started. And I'm excited to bring you this information. So I first want to start by saying that because of obvious ethical issues and dilemmas, there's not a lot of clinical data or evidence-based practice on, or research done on pregnant women. So there needs to be more, right, of more research done. Hi, Hannah. Thanks for joining live, on essential oil use and pregnant women. And when I say essential oil use, remember, I'm really referring to the purity and quality that we know that doTERRA provides. There's a lot of conflicting information out there on essential oil use in pregnancy, as well as on babies and children and special populations, because doTERRA hasn't been around for forever. There hasn't been this quality high-grade oil around for forever. So a lot of the studies out there, a lot of them, I don't know where they got their oils from, but I have questions about the purity and the quality of the oils used, because you're going to get different results and skewed results if there's different chemicals in the essential oils. As we all know, many essential oils on the market are adulterated, meaning that there's pesticides in them or some kind of synthetic or fillers, some kind of unhealthy dilution. It's just the way that it is on this market. So doTERRA's oils are the highest quality you're going to find, right? So I would be really interested to have more studies done using doTERRA's oils. So all that to say, there's not a lot of clinical data out there. So I'm going to present to you what I know, but I want you to take it with a grain of salt and listen to your own body and listen to your own heart. If you're not comfortable using essential oils in pregnancy, that's okay. You need to do what is most comfortable for you. But as a nurse, and for what I'm doing myself and what many of our pregnant mamas in this group are doing, that's what I'm here to share with you. So here we go. So let's start off with oils to avoid in pregnancy. I first want to say that essential oils are not going to be like super harmful to the baby. They're not going to be they're not recommended to avoid because they're going to be harmful to the baby. They're recommended to be avoided, this particular list I'm going to give you, because they can cause uterine excitability. They can cause uterine contractions. So the oils that you want to avoid are hot oils. So hi, Ashley. Hot oils. That would be cinnamon, cassia, thyme, oregano, and clove. Those are 5 hot oils that you would want to avoid in pregnancy because they can cause your uterus to become excited. Other oils that can cause uterine excitability or contractility is jasmine, clary sage, as probably most of us know. And then also rosemary, if you are struggling with high blood pressure or an elevated blood pressure, they recommend, avoiding rosemary because that can elevate the blood pressure. And then also wintergreen and birch. They tend to thin the blood a bit. So they say, avoid wintergreen and birch in pregnancy. Here's a caveat to all of that. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit, you have to follow follow your body. So if you are sick, say maybe your pregnancy around flu season, or you are exposed to somebody who's ill and you start to have symptoms, On Guard is a phenomenal antiviral and antibacterial essential oil, right? So while you may want to avoid On Guard as possible, in general, I wouldn't rub it all over your tummy or rub it all over your uterus area. I personally feel comfortable, now that I'm past the first trimester, taking On Guard, the soft gels that have, they have black pepper and cinnamon and melissa, clove, cinnamon. I personally feel comfortable taking On Guard internally if I'm sick. You have to weigh the risks versus benefits, right? And listen to your body. There have been lots of women that I know that have taken it internally when they are sick and on an as-need basis, but then they avoid those hot oils otherwise. I definitely am avoiding jasmine and clary sage in general. I don't need those if I get sick. There's not really a reason that I would need those right now, so I am avoiding those, and I do recommend that for pregnant women. Now, if you're approaching labor and you're full term, apply those to your lower abdomen all you want, your lower back, your abdomen. That's great. That's going to help tone your uterus. It's going to help with contractions when the time comes. I will say for the wintergreen and the birch, so those are two oils that are found in Deep Blue, and Deep Blue is a phenomenal tool to use in pregnancy, especially in the second and third trimesters when you're getting some backaches, maybe some leg pain, muscle cramps, things like that. I actually do use that product, Deep Blue Rub, on myself, because wintergreen and birch are very small amounts in that bottle, right, in the Deep Blue Rub bottle. So it's a very small concentration and it is very diluted. So I feel comfortable using it. A lot of this is going to be based on, again, you listening to your body and what you're comfortable with while knowing, the recommendations. So those are the oils that you would kind of want to avoid in general. When you do use oils topically, it's recommended that you dilute a little extra. Your metabolism is a little bit different of, what you're processing. Your liver is going to metabolize a little bit differently. So you use just a little bit of extra caution. If you're going to rub oils all over yourself, maybe consider diluting them a little bit extra. And then for internal use. So again, not a lot of hard research done on pregnant women and essential oil use. So the general recommendation is, in general, avoid essential oil use internally in pregnancy, especially in the first trimester. Again, if you get sick, that is a judgment call that that you can make for yourself. I did not get sick in my first trimester, so I did not have to decide whether or not to use it, but plenty of women that I do know have gotten sick in their first trimester and have used essential oils internally more sparingly than usual, and we're fine. Past the second trimester, or past the first trimester and into the second and third trimesters, I feel comfortable taking oils internally. I take the adaptive supplements internally. I like to drink lemon in my water, not a bunch, just 1 or 2 drops. Again, using moderation and using caution, listening to your body, and just, using caution and listening to your body. So I don't use a ton internally, not as much as I did before pregnancy, but they're a great tool. And I do use oils a lot for things like nausea. I still am very, very nauseous. Here I am 5 months and still dealing with nausea. So I do take some oils internally for nausea. I apply them, topically over my stomach, like Digestin, over my tummy. I actually really like the kids blend called Tamer. That actually seems to be a little bit more effective for me with nausea and vomiting than Digestin. So that's one option. Just use caution, listen to your body, and as far as internal use goes, you can, if you want to avoid it the whole pregnancy, great. If you want to use it second and third sparingly, trimesters sparingly, I think that's fine. I would not take a bunch of On Guard internally every single day. You know what I mean? So it's there's lots of gray lines and gray areas here. I'm just presenting to you what many people in our group and our friends who use oils a lot do and have done, and what I'm doing. Aromatic use, kind of the same guidelines as far as avoiding the hot oils, and I wouldn't diffuse clary sage, again, because that aromatic component does get into your bloodstream. So avoid hot oils. Again, if it's flu season or sick season, whatever you want to call it, if there's germs going around, you may find it comforting to diffuse On Guard in the open space of your home. I wouldn't stand over the diffuser and directly inhale On Guard. But I think, diffusing it in your home, if you've been exposed to an illness or if there's germs all around, then that is one tool that can keep you healthy. So it's risk versus benefit, right? Listen to your body. In general, aromatic use of essential oils is considered safe for pregnancy. You can diffuse, they're great to support your body as you cope with emotions, as you cope with the hormone changes, to support, your mood and just all the things that pregnancy brings. So I encourage you, don't be afraid to use your oils if you're pregnant. Definitely support your body the way that it needs to be supported. And if using oils internally brings you anxiety, then don't take them internally. Again, avoiding the first trimester just because there's not a lot of evidence and research. But if you want to do that in the second and third trimesters, with moderation, then I think that's fine. I hope this was helpful. I wish I had more hard evidence to bring you, but this is what I have for you, and this is what I'm doing and what many people have done. So I hope you guys have a great Friday, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.